Hello once again, YouTube. Meme Skull Cards back with another deck profile. This time it's my Cyber Dragon deck. So let's start things off with the main deck. We're playing 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. Self-explanatory, free body on board if we control no monsters, and only if our opponent has a monster. Unfortunately, it's reliant on our opponent, but this is a going second deck. Then we're playing 3 copies of Core. This is our Cyber Spell and Trap Searcher. Next, 3 copies of hers. This guy, if he's special summon, you can add. You can make him a level 5, but he locks it into machine monsters, which is not a problem in this deck. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one other Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to our hand. And next, we're playing one Naster. He becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or in grave. We could discard one other monster, special summon this card from our hand. If this card is no more special summon, we could target one machine monster with 2100 attack or defense in our graveyard, special summon it. Also, we cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for machine monsters, which again is not an issue in this deck. Next, we're playing 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier. It's searchable in here, so why not? Then we're playing 3 copies of Jizukiru, the Star Destroying Kaiju. Again, it's searchable, and you always want to like kaiju the monster and summon it in front of the extra monster zone that's free. Next, we're playing 3 Ash Blossoms. Best hand trap in the game. Then 3 Crossout Detonators, so we don't get ashed. 3 Clockwork Knights. This basically turns everything on field into machine monsters, and everything on all machine monsters on our side of the field gets a 500 attack and defense boost, while our opponent gets a reduction of 500 attack and defense. Basically, if you have this, right, activate it, special summon Cyber Dragon, fuse all your opponent's monsters away. So basically, this card by itself, paired with Cyber Dragon, it's a instant board wipe. Next, 3 Raigeki. Usually you want to special summon your Cyber Dragon before doing this. Again, board wipes. We're an OTK based deck. Next, we're playing 3 Machine Dupes. This is useful for your small guys. It gets you 2 free Cyber Dragons, main name Cyber Dragons from the deck, and that gives you your easy Cyber Dragon Infinity. Next, we're playing 3 Cyber Emergency. This adds you a light machine monster that can't be normal or summoned or set, or 1 Cyber Dragon monster from our deck to our hand. Next, we're playing 1 Cyber Repair Plant. This adds you 1 light machine monster from our deck to our hand, but we do have to have a Cyber Dragon in the grave, and if we have 3 or more Cyber Dragon in grave, we can activate both effects in sequence. Cyber Rep System, Monster Reborn, or just special summon Cyber Dragon from your hand. Cyber Load Fusion. This helps you get into like specific fusion monsters that can't be contact fused. And for the 1-ubs, Heartbeat's Feather Duster, because back row. Foolish Burial, it's useful. You send specific it's either a hearse, Naster, it's either a hearse or Naster or Core. I don't remember at the moment, but it's one of them. And then 1 for 1, special summon one of your level 1s. And for the traps, we're playing 2 Imperms. Self-explanatory, because it has Cyber Dragon on the card itself. That is not the reason, just because it's a good card. and 1 copy of Cybernetic Overflow. This is actually searchable with which one adds you? It is searchable with Core. Same with Fusion, because it has Cyber in the name. So now moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 1 Linkuriboh, 1 level 1 monster, self-explanatory, 1 Linkuriboh, and you may be wondering why I'm playing this since we don't play Cybers. Well, people do like to, if they're playing Code Talkers or something, Cybers heavy, and they have the Nightmare Corruptor Ibli that comes to our field, now we have something to go into. Say we just blew up their board with Raigeki, and now we can go into this, and we could continue with our plays as normal. Relinquish Anima, really good, especially if you summon your kaiju in the specific zone. Then you basically get your kaiju back, and you get the attacks of that kaiju. Salamangreat Almirage, and 1 Seeger, and that rounds up the Link monsters. For the fusions, we're playing 1 Mega Fleet, because most of the time no one's gonna special summon in the extra monster zone unless they're like a Link based strategy. But yeah, 1 Rampage Dragon, Spell and Trap Destruction is always welcome. 2 copies of Fortress Dragon. This is really good, let's say if you're going up against a machine deck, or if you have Clockwork Knight on field. And lastly, for our fusions, we're playing 1 Cyber Twin Dragon. This is the only one that needs Cyberload Fusion, which is okay, and he can attack twice. So now for the XZs, we're playing 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Nova, self-explanatory. We need him in order to go into our 2 copies of Cyber Dragon Infinity. And our last XZ's monster is Constellar Pallades, 2 level 5 light monsters. Unfortunately, he is a warrior, so before you lock yourself into machines, you want to try to go into him. But he does help in some specific scenarios by returning cards back to the hand. But unfortunately, he does target though. So yeah. So that rounds up the extra deck, and now moving on to the side, we're playing 2 copies of Lightning Storm, 3 copies of Forbidden Droplet, 3 copies of Cross-Eyed, 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, because screw back row, usual package, 3 Dark Ruler No More, and 3 Evening Match, and then the last Imperm to round out the 15 for the side deck. So yeah, that rounds up the Cyber Dragon deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions on how I should edit the deck or better perfect it, let me know in the comments down below. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel and want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you all in the next video.